Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mayya, and I am your host of Motivation and Muscles with Mayya. Ding. It is 6:17. My watch is doing something weird. I need to fix it. It is the day before Valentine's Day. Yes. I don't know. Do you guys celebrate? I mean, I can't have any chocolate or anything like that, but I love love. But anywho, I have my coffee. I am just now leaving the gym where I had leg day, and that's all I have to say. Today my trainer was reminding me to slow down and squeeze. Slow down. That's a recipe for life. Slow down. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so used to moving and shaking. And just moving and shaking. I know in the gym there are pockets of time when my trainer will have conversations with us, like as long as we're moving and we're doing what he asks us to do, we just are having these conversations. And we were talking about I call them biffs, and that's a term that I got from somebody that I knew a while ago. And these are men who go to the gym solely to just pick up women, right? They see a new female come through the door and they're like, and we were talking about that and how men do a lot of their talking in the gym while they're in the sauna. And when my trainer, of course, he works out himself. There were a few times where he's gone inside the sauna and different men have come up to him asking him about some of the females that he's trained. And if you know me, I come to the gym to work out. I don't come to make friends. I don't come because it's a vacation. I have a job to do there. And it's a time and a place for everything, right? Plus, the gym is one of the, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous places. So you have to be focused, right? So anyway, some men have, came up to my trainer in the sauna and was like, yeah, that girl, she's half bald, half locks, whatever. And, she be looking so mean. And so my trainer had to explain to them that, yeah, she could be mean, but if you're just looking at her face, it's because I'm pushing the heck out of her. And, and he basically explained to them, listen, she pays me to do a job. She don't pay me, to, just be playing with her, right? So, and I had to explain to my trainer that it's not, and it's something that I'm working on. Like, it's not just in the gym. I have, what do you call it? RBF syndrome, resting face. Like, I'm not the type of female who, I'm trying to explain how to put it, that has learned and adopted on how to tap into her feminine side. I mean, I'm not I'm not masculine, but I do have alpha and at times masculine energy. And I am trying to tap into my softer side with, learning more about etiquette, not just when you're dining out, just etiquette, period. And I asked myself, well, Mayya, where do you get this from? Of course, I wasn't born, intense, which one of my church pastors, we were talking, and he said there's one word that describes you, Mayya, and that's intense. And I didn't take it as a dig. It kind of made sense, right? I can be very intense at times, and very stiff and rigid. And I think about where that comes from. And to be honest, I've allowed the world, which is unfortunate, to shape me. I know I'm not the only one, but still. I've allowed a lot of mistrust, a lot of betrayal, a lot of things that I've seen warp me and rob me of being more relaxed, being more feminine. I don't mean to sound like I'm quoting from a movie, because I'm not. But when I say I've had to fight all of my life, I've had to fight a good majority of it. And it has toughened me like a callus. So much so that I am not a very trusting person. I am a loner. I have lots of friends, but I don't really hang out like that because I don't trust people. Like, for example, I most likely would not go out with friends and have a glass of wine because I don't trust people. I'd rather go out and have a glass of wine by myself or have a glass of wine at home where I feel safe. It's all about safety for me, because there has been so many times in my life where I have not felt safe and taken care of and loved and protected. And I've always felt like I've had to do that myself. And within trying to protect myself at all costs and at all times, it has toughened. And I'm not saying I'm fake. I mean, who I appear to you guys is who I am. But I do believe that if you were to meet me in person, I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit more guarded. I'm a little bit more skeptical. It's only a handful of people that, I've met out of the blue, and I can be authentic. But then I have to ask myself, who is authentic Mayya? Is the authentic Mayya this rigid person? Like, who? I'm still trying to figure that out. And I'm learning that I can no longer allow the world to tell me who I am, or this is how you should be, or create a persona within me, if that makes any sense. My traumas should just be something that has happened and should not have so much presence in my life that it forces me to act a certain way, if all of that makes any sense. And I think I'm guilty of that. I have allowed the traumas of my life to just tell me how to be. And unfortunately, I do have to be tough, intense Mayya in the gym, because there's so many gym heads who can't take no. And it's not just me, it's a lot of women. They don't know how to take a no. they think no means no, not right now. And I'm like, no, like no, for real. But sometimes it's exhausting being Mayya. It is. I love who I am, and I have come a long way. But I have more to go. I have more to do. And I don't know. It was an interesting conversation this morning, and one thing I'm not trying to do is to please people. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. But I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons why I love YouTube, because I get to talk to all 147 of you, and for the most part, it's no judgment. For the most part. You know, it's just, it feels like home. It feels safe. It feels like family when I'm talking to you guys. And I enjoy it. And it's so funny because even as a kid, I used to put a cassette tape, a blank cassette tape in my radio and press record and talk all the time. I used to do that. So I was kind of a YouTuber, if you will, way before YouTube was even invented. But I would never listen to my voice. I would never re-listen to what I recorded, because I hate hearing the sound of my voice. And to this day, I don't really care for hearing my voice. So when I do these card chats, basically I title them and I upload them. I don't even re-listen to edit. I used to go back and edit and put the day and the date and the time. I don't have time for all of that. I just upload. And if by chance I kind of feel like I've said some things that might be offensive or didn't come out the right way, I just don't upload the video. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I must admit that I have allowed the world to harden me. But I haven't quite found that sweet spot where I can be intense but be feminine at the same time. I haven't found that sweet spot just yet. Because I mean, in this world, and you guys know, you can't be no punk, right? And we were also talking about at the old gym, there was a guy who was married, but he acted like he wasn't married. He would kind of flirt with all the women in the gym. And I think I might have told you guys this story a while back. But when I was going to the gym, working out with my trainer, it was like I would go in, say hello, and then I'm looking for my trainer. It wasn't hello, stop for a conversation. And that was men and women. I didn't want to click up with anybody. I didn't want to do any of that. I wasn't interested. But and then I also ran into some girls didn't even care for me. They didn't understand. right? Which, I mean, that's fine. But anyway, this guy would, my trainer would tell me what to do. I would grab my dumbbells, I would grab my weights or whatever, go off in the corner and do what I'm supposed to do. And this guy would find his way over there and want to, good morning. And I'd be like, hey, how was your weekend? Things like that he would say, just try to open you up. And after a while, I would just kind of look at him like, I'd give him the look like, get out my face. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good morning or how was your weekend, but I work out with Anthony. Like, stop. But anyway, he would say good morning whenever, and that's all I would limit. And then he's one of those guys that you can't really say more than good morning to. He's one of them type of people where if you go beyond a good morning and you say things like, yeah, the weather was really horrible this weekend, for him, in his mind, that means you want to date him and you want to sleep with him. That's what that means. And how I know it to be true is because I used to work out with a girl, a lady, who also was married, that you can tell she was not getting the attention she needed at home, because she spoke to everybody and she overdid it. She was over nice. And with this same guy, she would be having random conversations with him, knowing how he is, because we would all talk about this particular guy, how weird he was. But she would entertain it until one day, he put a note on her car. And come to find out, he's not the only chick who he's done that to. She's not the only chick he's done that to. But anyway, he wound up putting a note on her car, basically asking her out to go to lunch or dinner somewhere, whatever. So what she did, instead of nipping it in the bud and saying, dude, what are you doing? But you can't do that because you've already taken it so far, right? Or you can, but you done took it so far. She, at the time, had a Lexus. And somebody else that used to go to the gym early in the morning with us had the same make and model Lexus. So what she did was, she told the guy, did you put a note on my car? And he was like, yeah. She was like, oh, well, really, you didn't put it on my car. You put it on someone else's car. I mean, she didn't address the issue. And I remember I used to say at that time, I wish he'd put a note on my car. Put it on my car. I want you to. And she would laugh, and I'd just be like, why are you in it? Like, I know your husband. You're making me feel uncomfortable. Like, you need to stop. And so one day she was really complaining about how he was kind of over flirting with her. And I said, you started it. You allowed it. Yeah. So what you gonna do? You can't play with people like that. And my trainer used to say, yeah, Mayya, you are not going to get a note on your car. Yeah, but I want one. I'm so ready for it. I'm locked in, ready for it. Let's do it. And just, and the sad part is I know it's a time and a place that you have to kind of check people, but I find that I have to do it a lot. And not that I'm anybody special, not that I'm the finest thing on the face of the planet. No, it's just not that. It's just that I'm always on high alert. And I have a hard time trusting people. In my eyes, people be having a motive, right? And that's not always true. But it's hard for me to separate that. I remember last week, I have my short shorts on, and yes, it is 39 degrees. I get it. I have my leg warmers over here, but I went to go get coffee a couple weeks ago, and so I ran inside because I'm just going literally from my car to the gas station to get my cup of coffee, and this guy comes to the coffee area and he's like, excuse my French, before I even proceed. Damn! Ooh! Don't you know it's cold out here? And he just was loud, and I had on, I had on a hoodie that said, not my half hood, half holy. I had on my coffee and Jesus. That's what it was. My coffee and Jesus hoodie. And I just looked at him as he was basically embarrassing me in the gas station. And I just looked at him. And I just bypassed him. I went around him and I went and paid for my coffee. People just is strange to me, honestly. Strange. And I did not respond to him. He saw what I was saying by looking in my eyes. But I couldn't respond because had I responded, it wouldn't have been nice. It wouldn't have been right. And plus I had on my coffee and Jesus hoodie. So I had to represent. And to be honest, I'm tired of failing tests that come from God. I'm sick and tired of failing, because once you fail them, you got to redo them. Yeah, so I'm working on my softer side. I'm working on, like what I tell my students in my workshop, stopping, pausing, breathing, and then responding. I'm working on that. And not everything deserves a response, right? There's one thing you can't do is argue with stupid. And I know I have a big problem with trying to show people that I'm right. I have a problem with that. Me. And why are you doing that, Mayya? What is your need, Mayya, for always trying to appear like you're right? That's a Mayya problem. That's an ego problem. And we all know what ego stands for. Edging God out. It's ego and pride. Yeah. I'm working on it. Some of this stuff takes a lifetime. And that's just another small reason why I compete as well, like competition day. You're about everything feminine. You got your heels, you have your makeup, your hair is done. You're tapping into the feminine side. Although you look and appear very strong, you're still dainty. You're a flower, you're blooming, right? And you're delicate. My old dance teacher used to say, Mayya, because I used to do dance, African dance, modern dance, hip-hop dance, but I used to also do martial arts. So some days I would do my martial arts first for an hour and a half and then transition over to my dance. And my karate teacher, my judo teacher, his name was Mr. Muhammad. And it was all about the, flipping and the kick and the this, the that, and the screaming and the and this and whatever, right? And then the transfer over or the transition over to dance where you had to be delicate and, and graceful. And Mr. Howard was the name of my dance teacher. And he would say, Mayya, this is not martial arts. You are not an elephant. Quit stomping. You're graceful. I've struggled with this for a long time. I'm a flower. I'm delicate, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've talked your head off. I am pulling up into my subdivision. I gotta eat my meal. lunch. I'm not hungry, but I'm gonna eat it. I gotta do my abs. It's 20 today. And then I gotta go to work. So, all right, you guys, I'm about to pull up to the house. I love you to life. Thank you so much for just listening. I really do appreciate and love each and every one of you. Please comment below, like, and of course subscribe. We are inching on over to 200 subscribers, and then we'll do another giveaway. So give me some suggestions down below as to what I can give away outside of a Cash App, right? Yeah, let me see what you guys are thinking. And in the meantime, if you need anything, just let me know. And have a good one. I'll talk to you later.